Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to your Thursday evening edition of the Low Budget LCS. I forgot to change the name, although this is commercial, so let me just go ahead and do that real quick. That's a whoopsies. And I am joined today by a little bit of a rarity for me, Lest Force.
Hello, hello. We're switching up the caster rotation this week. We got a little bit of shenanigans. I'm on here with you tonight. Don't want to spoil the surprises for potentially later on in the week, but no, happy to switch it up.
Yeah, I think we
That puzzle
also
guy's
might be getting
tired.
a special guest star who turned down an invitation from 100 Thieves to come work
Ooh,
with us. So that's definitely how I'm going to phrase it. That's not disingenuous at all. I promise. So, next week I'm not making any promises, but I'm looking into getting the Cuisinart Belgian waffle round maker double flip waffle can. So there's lots of good stuff coming your way. But for tonight, we got some commercial group C action for you. This is going to be Team Volatility Arcana versus the LA Tech Varsity Bulldogs. And we're ready to go. If they want to send the draft, we can send the draft.
yeah. I mean, not even 9 o'clock, and they're
I
just
know
already.
they had this draft ready to go like 2 minutes ago, so we were like, oh, we gotta hit live. We gotta go.
We got to go ahead to end our talks about playing against pro players.
Oh, I know. Wild. Yeah. Oh, just insane. Yeah, I played against Tenacity last night. It was a time. We our team was running Jarvan Pantheon bot lane. Um, but anyway, so all right, we have a match for you. Obviously, we need to get something out of the way here. Less force. What is your relationship with Team Volatility? Would you say?
I would say that we're definitely past the talking stage, right?
Hmm.
We've
Gone on a few
definitely
dates.
gone on a few dates, spent some time together. Uh, no, I really like Arcana. Obviously, I am the head of Team Volatility, so there will naturally be potentially some bias coming through, but we're gonna try to temper that and just
No, no,
hunker down for LA Tech.
I think we lean into it. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
you are speaking for Team Volatility, right? You can hold that herald. You can do what you want. I am going to become Team Volatility's biggest hater and LA Tech Varsity Bulldogs' biggest fan. Okay, that's how
I heard
I
you
think
loud and
that's
clear.
more fun than trying to
Yeah,
mute both sides. We just turned
that's
both
true. Just
sides up to 11.
I'm down. I will be a Arcana supporter all the way. The first pick Jarvan for the Madman Luffy in the jungle. They banned out his Ignite Viego, so he had to fall back to Jarvan.
Oh yeah, it's Monkey D. Luffy. I Sammy, I don't think the count's back yet. You say you've released him, but I don't think he's made his way to me. Are you sure he didn't get kidnapped on his way stumbling back home? Um, yeah, J4 has been pretty high prio. Poppy,
Really good into it though.
a pretty obvious counter pick, and with the amount of mobility in the game, just generally very good, quite useful. We've got a hunk alert on the board. Wolf, Little Robot Man coming in saying LeChance Lex chose Wolf. Who is the hunk? We will start with the hunk. Who is the hunk?
Oh, Misfortune Zyra. That is a camp's signature support pick. It fell through the bans, and I think this is the first time he's gotten to play it this season. So I would expect to see a pretty oppressive bot lane here for TVA.
Yeah, a
We
lot of
still need
damage
to
so far. Not too much crowd control, and still pretty squishy. So I think the Kaisa is just going to be able to sort of rip through that back line if she gets onto it. Um, you know, and also has that additional revive. So even if you burst her down, she gets time to kill one of those squishies.
absolutely. And then the Renata buffing her up going into the back line with the bailout. Pretty strong there. I do think LA Tech's gonna need a little bit more of a consistent engage tool. I don't think Poppy's more of like, pick and everyone like collapses. I maybe see like I don't know, an Ornn, a Scion, just something that's like nice, big and beefy and can set up this Kaisa in particular.
For sure. We want some beefcakes for the
Yeah.
Bulldogs. Some Bulldog beefcakes.
Some
Also, we've got Uwoofy being the hunk. The hunk, probably very excited for the new live action show that came out based on, their name, right? The
yeah,
One
this is
Piece live
true.
action just released, so we're happy. Us
Haven't
One
gotten his
Piece
thoughts
fans.
yet. Hmm.
I haven't seen it yet. I am very much looking forward to it. Huge One Piece fan. Second rotation bans, we got a couple top lane bans and then a couple mid lane bans. Oriana obviously has been buffed. Rumble has been quite strong. Gragas can do the pickup. Now, for team
That's interesting.
volatility, can I just cook for a moment, even though this
Go,
definitely isn't happening?
go ahead as they lock in the Ornn
Yeah,
already.
that doesn't change this. This is Zyra jungle, Jarvan support. Okay? I'll say it.
If there's anyone who I think would play it, I think it would be Luffy in the Uwoofy, as his league in game name is, in the jungle. I would see him playing Zyra. I've seen him play far goofier, as looks like mid lane's just going to be a blind Ari. We don't know where the Poppy and the Gragas are going because they can realistically, both go either role. So I'm a little curious to see who's going to be matching up with that Ornn.
Yeah. And having that R5 counter pick will be interesting. Gragas obviously could flex. And Poppy can lane. I think she is more
Hmm.
traditionally a jungler, but it does look like we were going to get Fiora. Nope.
Wait,
Go
wait
get.
a minute.
I got baited.
Well, no,
Mm,
that's even more interesting because I think that means Gragas is going mid lane. I
yep.
remember that was a thing a couple months ago in the LCS, and then it just kind of fell off. So
Well,
maybe they got something cooked up here for Boljon.
I think Boldron is their support player. I think they're not. I don't
Oh,
know if they're lined up. Maybe they are. Um, I'm just gonna check. Um, I'm just looking at the stats here, and Boldron so far has played Alistar, Karma, Nautilus, Rakan. Okay,
yep,
so
there they are
looks like
switching it
they're
up.
switching it up. Uh,
There's You can just
Green.
throw the whole journal out the window. All that stat research you were doing, just
Yeah, I'm looking
something
at
fresh.
where they're lined up, and no, I don't think any of it. Wait, or oh no, I might be looking. I'm looking in the wrong spot. I think. Yeah. I am. Okay, hang on. Sorry, I'm reading the stats weird. So Baldron has not played any Gragas yet. They've played Lith, Renekton, Tristana, and Sig.
Interesting.
So yeah, certainly will be interesting. And they are without their usual jungler. It looks like. So Lord Drayplay, I think, normally plays top lane, which I think makes the Poppy quite a good fit.
Yeah. The Cho'Gath and Ornn matchup, I think we'll be spending a lot of time watching up there. I think if you don't know anything, Direct to Cam loves two giant meatballs in the top lane, and I think we could see the grass procs reach 100 this game, maybe over under. It's gonna be a good time. I think as a tank enjoyer myself, I'm looking forward to it.
It brings me back to a simpler time when there wasn't so much bursting and you could just bonk for ages. You know,
Hmm.
It-
Back in
it's
my
the
day.
it's the good old days. Um, but yeah, ready and excited to get into this one. It will be interesting to see narrative here. Team Volatility Arcana are currently tied for the first place spot in Commercial Division Group C, with an 80% win rate, having only dropped one individual game series. Whereas LA Tech Varsity, they're sitting more towards the bottom of the standings, but the upper part of it. So they're seventh right now. A victory here would certainly put them up into the top half of Commercial Group C, and so they're looking to be in contention for those playoff spots. Obviously, we're a ways away from that, but it's always good to look ahead.
Yeah, I mean, just talk about like the mental victory you'd have if you're able to come in, upset the team that's your number one tied for number one on top of all of Group C. I mean, that would just I would have to be slingshotting my mental if I was LA Tech. Picking up a huge victory like that. Obviously I can't say I'm rooting for it, but you know,
Well, I mean, it's just going to happen. You
It's
can't stop them here. It's like they're coming for your guys. I'm sorry.
it's true. I have no say in the matter, right?
LA Tech win. How many schmeckles should I put on LA Tech?
I mean, if I was you, probably like 10.
Ten.
I wouldn't want to throw away too many schmeckles. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, I mean, I'm probably gonna put like 80K. I only have 81K, so it's a pretty big gamble, I think. As
I need to keep enough schmeckles to pay off Sammy for releasing the count. Um, but beyond that, I could do some damage. I could take everyone's schmeckles because obviously they're gonna win. So. But yeah, we are having
the casters.
a little bit of a delay here before game starts, so they aren't drafting yet. We'll get you in there when they are, so we will be able to see draft order, and that's when I will start the prediction for all of you degenerate gamblers in the chat. Don't worry about it.
It is degenerate. Yeah, looks like there's a bit of a nosebleed going on.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like someone's, the pressure of being on stream has simply just caused the blood to flow. Hopefully they're able to, I don't know, doctor, clog it up, stop the bleeding.
Yeah,
Sammy
I
would
find
know.
like a little like tissue paper, toilet paper, anything like fold it up into like as tiny as like small lengthwise as you can go, then fold that in half so you have a more rounded edge, and then shove it up there. I have really bad allergies, so I've had a lot of nosebleeds in my life. But while we're rating, let's talk about one of our sponsors, the Cuisinart Double Flip Belgian Round Waffle Maker. It is able to cook up to 2 Belgian waffles at one time to absolute perfection with a distinctive 180-degree rotary flip. It is a 1,400-watt machine and is an incredibly innovative kitchen essential. It cooks the Belgian waffles in just minutes, which has turn-of-the-dial controls to bake them according to preference, from light and fluffy to brown and crispy. Over or under cooking, should you wish, there's an indicator that will light and beep when the waffles are ready.
So according to this website, it'll take about 7 to 10 days for me to receive my waffle maker. Just the first like 6 words actually kind of convinced me. That's really all it took.
Yeah.
It is on the way. It wasn't cheap. I bought the I went with the standard delivery. I didn't want to pay $42.99 for overnight. Seemed a little excessive, but
Yeah. It does come with batter cup. Okay. Very highly reviewed. There's only 2 1-star reviews. Streamers are ready.
ooh,
Let's go. We are going to get into this here tournament draft. Then we can start up our predictions. There is only one 1-star review, actually, and it just says it only works a quarter of the time.
but a quarter of the time it works 100% of the time.
Right, and if you're making 2 waffles at a time, it's really working half the time, right? Also,
I'm no math expert, but I think that's true.
I think I need to go get a beverage because I do believe we've been tangoed, so I'm going to leave you to vamp for a moment.
We have been tangoed. All right, I will vamp to the best of my abilities. Chat, we've got about 39 seconds till Papa gets back, so if there are any hard-hitting questions that I see in the chat, is that Asthenia, captain of Homies United, picked up a huge Series W last night over the reigning defending champions High Alert in a 2-1 thriller. How's it going? The Ninja Creamy, though. I feel like you spelled creamy wrong. Like, this doesn't look accurate. I don't know, you. Wait. Well, that's an ice cream maker. So let's see. We're going through draft. It is going to be the Poppy Jungle and the Gragas mid. I think this is a really beefy team coming out for LA Tech. I feel like Gragas is going to have to build pretty AP heavy. Otherwise, they're just going to be too damage oriented, or too tank oriented, rather.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the damage spread works out. We could see an AP Cho'Gath. Put that out there.
Back when I was a top laner playing Halo Blades Cho with Stridebreaker was pretty fun.
Halo Blades Cho'Gath. I am also a Halo Blades Cho'Gath enjoyer, but I like to play it jungle.
Ooh, I've been considering picking up Cho'Gath in the jungle. I think it has a spot. I haven't quite figured out like what the spot is, right? But you know, I'm trying to dabble. Want to expand off the Jarvan, the Sejuani.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how has your jungle journey been? Because you swapped into the role for this season, right?
Yeah, because the support role is already occupied, and I wasn't going to kick him out. So I've like played jungle like intermittently, you know, for a couple years. To be honest, I don't know if I'd call it my secondary, but no, this season I like am really enjoying jungle. I think a lot of the mental part of the game, you know, the macro sense that comes from playing support carries over pretty flawlessly. But now I'm just kind of able to like I can predict, you know, where the jungler is going to be, and then based on that, if I need to go cover, if I can go steal a camp or make something happen. Whereas like on support, you're just sitting in lane. You're typically not getting to do too much. So I'm really enjoying it, to be honest. I really am having a good time jungle, which I feel like most people don't say. You know, typically you're getting flamed a lot, but at least I can say not too bad so far.
Yeah. You know, I also enjoy playing jungle, which I think is a rarity. So keep that in your heart. I think it also makes somewhat of a commodity. Ooh, little robot man with a non-Lachance related, a couple non-Lachance related comments. Just a regular generate gambler, of course. You know, we keep things, you know, nice and easy here at the low budget LCS. If you do have a problem, seek help. You know, schmeckles are important. You need to feed your cats food. Everyone knows schmeckles turn into cat food. The buffs have taken place on Elise as well. Do you have any insight as to whether or not Woofy plays the Elise?
I don't think he plays Elise from what I know. He likes to play a lot of things that aren't named Sejuani, but I think, let's see. Up while I'm talking, Sammy2 Slap has cashed in another 10 for you. So I would be surprised if we see Woofy pull out the I can't the Elise. Perhaps LA Tech Varsity could spice it up. You know, they do have I think you mentioned a substitute jungler, so perhaps it's in their wheelhouse. But
I mean, I could also just be reading the sheet wrong again, which is entirely possible. But I do think their regular jungler is Spectorus, and I don't think because they play Maokai, Poppy, Rel. Which Rel jungle is something I need to try.
It's pretty fun. I remember when the rework first came out. I distinctly remember that I played a game with Bear TV in his server, and I picked Rel Jungle, and he was so confused and thought I was trolling. Like I had done my research. I read the patch notes, and it looked viable, and blew him away. And now here we are, like what 4 or 5 months later, and it's still running rampant. I think I've only played it like 3 games, but very fun, and your clear is like super healthy.
Yeah. I'm excited to try it, although I am trying to like. It's hard because you want to have a wide pool for drafting, but then you want to have a narrow pool for like learning the game, because the more champion mastery you have, the more you can not think about playing the champion and just think about playing the map. Right?
True.
So it's a tough one, but also wait, my 20 or 30 tangos in. I'm 20 tangos in. Okay. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Yep.
We are gonna get into the game here. Oh, I'm excited. I love some good league.
Yeah, I think we're in store for it. I mean, I know that LA Tech has had a bit of a slower start. I mean, they're 1-1, so it's not like they're down and out by any means.
Absolutely.
when I talked to the captain, like heading into the season, he did say how it was for a lot of their players, kind of their first foray into competitive League of Legends. So naturally, you'd expect there to be some kinks and not coming out the gate super hot. Like I said, we have a tough challenge ahead of them in TVA. So I'm interested to see in game one if they're able to like come out aggressive and try and make plays, or if they're gonna try and like feel out the series, right?
Yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens. I want to see what LA Tech have in store. I imagine with their name, although I haven't verified this independently, they are perhaps a university squad. Had a few of those in the LBLCS across the years. So maybe they've got some, Giga Chad coach who's got some secret tech for him based on their last games.
Yeah, I could definitely. I mean, with the tech, I feel like what Louisiana Tech would have to be the leading candidate. Let's see, Lethal Tempo and Jarvan. That
Los
is,
Angeles, right?
it could be Los Angeles as well. Sorry, I saw the Lethal Tempo on Jarvan and just had to take a double gander. That's a Luffy pick. That is an Uwoofy jungle pick.
It means he's expecting to be autoing a lot, which I think is fair. The I don't imagine the Gragas, the Poppy, the Cho'Gath are going to be doing too much one-shotting of the Jarvan. I think he certainly will have some amount of survivability. Could also be... it is a little confusing, to be honest, but, we'll see how it plays out. I mean, I like it, because, especially if you're looking like maybe early game, it has a lot of value. Ooh, did you get an error that said unable to download spectator data?
I sure did. I was hoping that it was just me and that I could just catch up in a minute or two. I'm now reloading the spectator.
Reconnecting.
Yeah, looking at the skin game. No skin for Hollow 3 in the top side on the Ornn, that's okay. He's only got like 2 skins anyway. And then no skin on Renata for Green Dragon. And it looks like I am in. I don't know if you've had the pleasure of getting into the game yet.
I am, I think, zooming in that direction as I am at... Oh, it looks like there were some technical difficulties early on. That could be why it failed to load in initially. I'm at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
All right,
16, 17.
I'm at 15, 16, 17, 18, 19... Oh wait, it might let me.
21.
What?
I just wait. I was waiting for you.
Oh. All right, I think we're on time. We should be on time.
Yeah, should be fine. As we're into this game. Okay, looks like we're gonna get a 5-point out from both teams. No one's gonna try too aggressive here. It does look like both jugglers have opted to start with their warding trinket, so we may see some early wards as we do see Ubi going up to get some provision. Things coming out. Looks like Poppy has dropped her ward. He's still holding on to his. Goes. So that's going to go down. Both junglers, both teams are going to know where those early wards are. But it does look like Jarvan is trying to maybe be a little bit sneaky, show topside, and then go start his red buff.
Yeah, I like this. Curious to see where Poppy decides to start. I've played a lot of Poppy this season. I feel like the red side start just feels way better. And it looks like that is the direction that they're heading. So heads up play by Lord Dreplay.
Yeah, seems to be the case. I mean, I think Lord Dreplay is normally a top laner, so just starting on the side of the map that they're more comfortable on. We love to see comfort. Zyra obviously gives really excellent leashes and definitely steals these red buffs away from Uwoofy, for sure.
Oh, that was fast.
Now, Jarvan is known for his level 2 game. So starting now, we can see Jarvan going for plays. It seems like he's going to do a pretty standard full bot side clear. But I do see going in things for the mid lane. Walking over
he loves early game plays. He is gonna get spotted out, so Boldron should be pretty safe.
Ooh, Boldron had the vision, but still takes quite a bit of damage. And now Andreas here, flash forward, Hollow 3 looking for it. Andreas 417 forced to flash away. Good look from the Ornn.
Yeah, Hollow 3. We didn't talk too much about the players heading in, but I'm definitely a Hollow 3 fan. Has gained me quite a bit of LP in the past couple weeks. Very good in the early game. He likes watching those. I don't know, the one guy, like the one European top laner who talks about the fundamentals of League. He's a big proponent in those wave type videos.
Who's the European top laner who talk about fundamentals? We are going to see another bonkage.
It's like Aloy or something around there.
Brittle Proc Andreas going incredibly low. Is he going to be able to live first blood going over to the Ornn as I was reading chat at the beginning of that engagement?
Solo Bolo in the top side. Ornn is an assassin, as we all know. Yeah. Let's not forget.
He's the
wait for the triple brittle.
Assassin mage engage tank fighter, right?
Just kind of do it all, I think.
Can't ADC. I dare someone to try. See a little bit of handshaking here. Lord Drakeplay will be spotted out on this ward. The camp and GG Turtle will have to be careful. Not too much is going to happen right there. Has a little bit of good warding and good backing off. Means they're going to be quite safe.
Yeah, Voltron's been doing all right here, considering how low of health they were. At the start of that, when they got ganked. I mean, they've kind of been holding their own. Aren't too far down in CS. They've been able to save their TP and flash, which is definitely good for them. But just missing out there.
Bot lane. Ooh, top lane. Andreas has come back, but there's a big wave pushing out. Flag and drag, and Andreas is just looking to pick up the farm as they go, well, to a farm of their own.
Anyone who's played a tank top laner has been there. You see that the end is near, so you just try to get the cannon, get as many minions as you can. No sense in fighting it. Really good start for TBA, especially on that top side.
Now, is it Hollow 3 or is it supposed to be Hollows?
I have actually never asked. I've always just referred to him as Hollow. I think his Discord name might be Hollow Cube 3. So I don't think the 3 is necessarily anything significant.
I see. Understood. Well, it does look like Voltron is in a little bit of a sticky situation here in the mid lane. Doesn't have much mana or health, for that matter. Ooh, the charm's gonna land! And TVA Galson gets a kill of their own.
Another solo bolo. Ping up top and see Woofy just hanging out. He's waiting for it.
Don't do it to him. Okay, it looks like Andreas has actually successfully avoided that pretty decent gank there from Mr. Monkey D. Luffy on the top lane.
That he has. They're probably just going to shove this wave out. Maybe look to get a reset off. Is Drakeplay going to get spotted out here again?
Turtle has to be careful. Handshake. Cleanse is going to be utilized. Green Dragon going incredibly low. The handshake's going to go off, and they are going to get the revive. Now a camp forced to run down the lane. The plasma is stacking. 3, 4 rocks, and Drakeplay has maybe the finish. No, flash away from the camp means that he gets to stay alive. Isa forced to flash away from the minions.
Yeah, and it's also huge to note there that with the ignite from a camp, he's actually able to get the kill on the
Kaisa's still taking! The camp gets the minion kill! Oh no! Ooh, Ward goes unstoppable. Really nice little bit of mechanics there from Hollow.
Gonna have to be careful there now with the Cho'Gath R. I mean, it's a tank, but another good charm from Galson.
Yeah, good charm, but a little bit of damage mitigation with that W there means that Voltrum's doing okay, but that Q is gonna change that story perhaps a little bit.
Refreshing.
Galson does look like he has a pretty good command of playing going forward. Voltrum just looking to run away, but not quite enough. Actually manages to get it out, uses the explosive cast for a little bit of a disengage.
He knew his limits so perfectly there. He knew he was at no risk of dying. Save the flash. I respect the hell out of that.
True, he could have flashed at any time, and he just... Now, it could be a situation of not flashing because, I'm dead anyway, why would I flash? And it could be a situation of, I'm not dead here, what do you mean? Both are possible.
I mean, I know that I was supposed to be coming in as the LA Tech hater, but, I'm going to give him the positive benefit of the doubt on that one.
I mean, for sure, it seems like it. Woofy down here in bot lane might be going for the strike, but will definitely be spotted on some wards. Uldrum has the priority move in mid, but it looks like Luffy is going to utilize that to his own advantage. Perhaps look to gank, to turn things around, and then go back to Drake here. Andreas is going incredibly low again. Brittle proc. Flash is available for Hollow 3 here. They're not doing anything just yet. Bide their time. Gonna do a knock-up. There goes the Bellows Breath! And Hollow 3 is really doing a number on this top lane.
Yeah, I mean, the CS isn't quite showing itself so far, but 3 kills, 2 of which were complete solo kills. He's going to get the first plate, might be getting the second plate, maybe direct to cam will let us see that at some point. But no, I mean, top lane is looking really good for Team Volatility so far.
The camp might be in a little trouble here. He's going to get handshake forward as Arcana is going to go forward, but does get caught up. Ulting out of it. There goes the bullet time. Can they get the kill for the revive? But Woofy comes in with the Cataclysm on the back end. Flash forward. GGG Turtle smells blood in the water as Woofy dives under the turret. He gets the kill, but at the cost of his life. Green Dragon 2001 going to be playing a little bit of a payback.
That play by Woofy gave me a little bit of PTSD. One of my first ever series in the LBLCS. I was on the red side as a support, as another trade from Galson. I was under my tower, and a Jarvan came from behind. Oh, I am not paused.
I'm at 8:59, and it's
all right. Ooh, I will pause then where I'm
at. Let me know when you're at 9. 901, 902, 903, 904, 5, 6.
All right, we're on.
Okay, as TDA Galson is going to go forward again. Charm, not quite there. Whew.
Draplay coming in though.
Yep. Draplay could be coming in behind here.
Let's see. Not seeing anything too crazy here, despite the lethal tempo. Looks like if he's still going for the gore drinker, I guess. Still trying to keep a little bit of sustain going on, and then yeah. Nothing else to take note of.
Good.
Already completed Ghostblade. Ooh.
Oh, Charm is going to land, but so is Explosive Cast. 1, 2, turret shock. Fulgrim staying alive, flashing out. That's what he saved it for. Now Lord Draplay is going to come in. TVA Galson's going to be slowed up, and friends are coming up from the bottom. Arcana is going to go ahead and say, thank you, jungler. I will take that one. Kai'Sa's on the board.
Heads up there from Lord Draplay. You don't need that 300 gold. It's way more valuable to get it into this Kai'Sa's pockets, who's already down the mythic item on GGG Turtle. So get the kill into the Kai'Sa, who's really like your main source of damage this game. Super heads up there.
Yeah, and you will need that Kai'Sa if you have a hope of getting through the Ornn, particularly this hollow Ornn, as he is quite fed up there on the big mountain man. Gonna ignore the wave here, he's just gonna go straight forward. But meanwhile, Draplay may have found a little bit of a snag onto a camp. Zyra forced the ulti there. Knight's gonna go down, but you may not want that. Meanwhile, Cataclysm on the top is gonna mean that Andreas goes incredibly low, but isn't quite gonna die. Flash away from Poppy means GGG's Turtles bullet time will not quite find its mark.
And then Woofy kind of caught out here. Should be fine. I don't think the Cho'Gath can really do too much about this, but wait, no, really heads up there from all that thought.
Yeah, we see a little bit of fighting in the bot lane, but so far it's just a little bit of a poke fest. Ooh. Double up does make shit as the Herald's going to go down here, which means likely the turret's going to fall, but turret is going on to Hollow, and one more shot would do it. Hollow incredibly low. Andreas looking for the return back. The knockup's there, but the damage just quite isn't. Top turret, however, will manage to stay alive.
Those are those fundamentals up there, right? Knew the Cho'Gath didn't have the R, tanking the turret for some reason, right? They got a lot of plates there out of it, and he's able to walk it off without burning his flash. So pretty heads up, and that tower is pretty close to crumbling on the top side, which I'm sure is exactly where everyone thought we'd be seeing that first turret go down.
Yeah, and we do see a little bit of flag and drag forward as we see Renata unleash her ultimate. Woofy looking to do damage on Andreas, rocking that lethal tempo, but Andreas is quite a tanky boy here with the itemization and also has a Bomb Cinder to help him damage while you're hitting him.
Yeah, I think Andreas wins that. They did have to burn Flash on the Zyra, so that is a win for LA Tech. Maybe Lord Draplay can look to make a play on the bot side. The Misfortune Flash will be up in time, though, so it's going to be tight. They're bush using.
Yeah, Camp going forward, misses the root. Green Dragon is still in trouble, though. Arima Kama finds a camp at the back end, but I don't know how much else they're going to be able to get done. Double kill there for GGG Turtle.
Meanwhile, some more meat slapping top. Gonna walk this off. Despite the the way the kills have been going, Cho'Gath has a level lead at the moment. Gotta acknowledge the victories.
Andreas coming in with the XP diff, the farming gap. And he looks like he has stabilized this matchup. So now that we're more in the mid game, both of these tanky boys have some beef to them, some heft. It becomes a lot harder for these solo kills to happen. So able to stall the game out, able to scale, get the key stacks. And now this dragon coming up. Drayplay's gonna have to be careful. Oh, good round. Oh, Dark going for the attackers, but Ornhorn coming back from behind. Lord Drayplay goes incredibly low, but takes 2 out of there. That is going to be a dead Yordle and a dead drone. What is Gragas' lore?
Gragas' lore?
Sorry, I was thinking like, because I know Poppy, right? But what on earth is Gragas? Is he just a drunk dude?
I think so. I don't think there's too much lore to Gragas. I think that he came out in that time where like League just the lore was inconsistent and it was sporadic. So I think just calling him a drunkard is pretty accurate.
Okay. Any lore heads in the chat, do please hit us up. I want to know. Actually, this is how you do it, right? What's the rule of the internet? It's say the wrong thing to get the right answer. This tower's going to go incredibly low, but a camp is also going to take quite a little bit of damage there. They be here to back up this play.
Should be out just fine there. Get the tower, got the top tower. Objective bounties are live for LA Tech, so there could be some opportunity to get some cheeky gold in their pockets if they ever get like a Rift Herald or maybe hardcore force a tower.
We got a first-time chatter saying that Gragas is an Iceborn as well, which makes sense given his beautiful beard.
Alright, well, Little Robot Man, I don't think we can dispute that. That is a rule of the internet, but
that is a rule of the internet, yeah.
Not the rule.
It's not the rule of the internet that we're thinking of.
More
so
bush
Gragas
cheese.
Is actually, hang on, Arima Kama going to be in a little bit of trouble. Won't quite get rooted up, but the bullet time is going to be enough. GGG Turtle goes on a rampage.
Just not respecting the bushes, right? I mean, granted, it's your side of the jungle. You're thinking, why would there be 2 people there? As Boulder might be in a little bit of trouble.
Flash forward doesn't quite land, but the Cataclysm does. It's trapped inside the own Cataclysm, and a Woofy falls down. Boldrum getting a nice chunk of gold for themselves. Lord Draplay looking to help their mid laner out as TVA Camp's going quite low. Lord Draplay flashing forward is going to be able to hopefully find this kill. Gets it down. Now TVA Galson and Hollow 3 might be a little bit scared. 3 members. LA Tech here to face them. Don't push it too much. I do have to say, I think Gentleman Cho'Gath, the voice lines on that skin are some of the best in the game. The "up you go" gets stuck in my head randomly with no problem.
Yeah, it's a really good skin overall. It's not like it's not a flashy skin. I think it's pretty old, right? But it's like a classic. You can't go wrong with the classics.
Yeah. So LA Tech have now allowed Team Volatility Arcana to get the first 2 drakes, since they have them right where they want them. That means they are going to be looking to stack these next 4 Hextech drakes, so they can utilize, the maximum amount of stat stacking that gives.
Yes, especially with their comp, it's pretty perfect for the Poppy Gragas Cho'Gath comp for sure. But no, it would actually be quite useful on the Kaisa, and really, I mean, again, you don't want to give over Soul. So it looks like LA Tech might be posturing for a Rift Herald play. They're sending the support up for Draplay, maybe caught out.
Lord Horn is going to be utilized, but will be thrown away. Lord Drape stuck in the Cataclysm, but Lord Drape loves a little bit of terrain. Meanwhile, the Renata ult is going to go wide. Boldrin gets caught out. TVA Galson going into the back line, and Lord Drape has that W ticking, isn't quite going to fall. Has to play incredibly carefully. TVA Galson gets it just at the very end. Arima Kama goes to the back line looking for TVA Galson. A beautiful cleanse. Going to mean they get that return kill, but overall, the coin landed pretty far heads for Team Volatility Arcana.
And that's probably going to be the mid turret. We'll see if they decide to go to Rift Herald right after, or if they decide to keep pushing. Looks like they're going to make the call, go for the safe play, get the Rift Herald. I mean, that play was super close there at the start. I mean, Dre played with a really good ult on the Orange. Wasn't quite able to stop the R bounce back, but Galson going down the back line was able to cause havoc, kind of like split up the decision making from LA Tech, and then just like that over the top GGG Turtle Misfortune ulti that kind of forced them to go towards TVA was kind of the nail in the coffin.
Yeah. Still in it though. Only 9k down, not yet 10k. Objective bounties will be quite helpful there. It'll be interesting to see what happens around this first Hex Tech break here. You will have that Kraken coming out for Arima as well as the F-Sword. We finally have a Mythic on Poppy, has gone for that,
I really like the Evan Shroud.
Evan Shroud. Is the upgrade version of that Equinox? Because whenever I see that, I think Equinox.
I think so. I think that's it. I've actually been playing this Evan Shroud Poppy in solo duo quite a bit. I just feel like it's a lot better than going like Divine Sunderer or Iceborne Gauntlet. If you're gonna play a tank, you may as well fully lean into it, I feel like. So heads up from Lord Dre play. You get the less force seal of approval, whatever that's worth.
Interesting. I've been playing a little bit of Poppy, and I've mostly been going Sunderer because I'm a very Sunderer build jungler. As someone who plays a lot of bundle. But may have to give the Evan Shroud a try. Do you also go Evan Shroud if you're playing the Rel jungle?
Yeah, I've only played the Rel jungle a few times, but that is what I've been going, just the Evan Shroud. I mean, I feel like you still pretty much build it like a support. You might go like a Sunfire if you feel like you need the extra damage, but like typically, your clear is so healthy that it's not too bad. Dre play looking for a play, but he is gonna get hit by the Misfortune E.
Yep, a little rain of bullets, a little blind spot catches out. The Yordle hero looking play for their team. Trying to think what my call here is on LA Tech. I think, well, 4 minutes till next break. If you can pull enough pressure to the bot side of the map, actually, I think you should just pressure the bot side of the map as hard as you can, because if you give up Baron, they're probably going to get Baron anyway, and then you at least get some gold for it, and if they come and respond, maybe you send something to go sneak Baron. You have that Cho'Gath Smite. So speaking of, maybe Andreas can get in here and chomp off.
As a Blast Cone.
Blast Cone available. Let's wait and see. W
is
going to help spot it. Rupture's going to go through. Vision has now been lost. The plant is available. Now, Darwin has gone back and taken out the Blast Cone. Andreas Flash not available. So they're going to have to see over the wall. Boldrin coming down, flag and drag. Blue team in to secure it. The Poppy looking is going to get the Orc Cataclysm. Lord Drapeplay traps themselves inside of the bullet time. But TVA Camp's taking quite a bit of damage in the background. Meanwhile, Lord Drapeplay dies with Handshake on them. Uwupi going back into the backline. Rimakama running for their lives, looking to proc the plasma. Maybe they can get out of it. Now Andreas is left as the Orc picking up Heartsteel stacks, but it's not quite enough. The wallet slaps them. And Team Volatility Arcana come out on top.
It was a close look there, right? But just super heads up from Uwufi to go over the wall. He knew Cho'Gath was there, pop the Blast Cone, and come back over. There really wasn't any way for LA Tech to get the Baron after that. And then, but by that point, they'd kind of already committed to being on that side of the map with the Gragas TP, and then just really well-fought team fight from TVA. You're starting to maybe start thinking about game 2 if you are LA Tech. Think about maybe some like draft adaptations. When you're not out of the game, but it is gonna be pretty tough. They're gonna get quite a bit with this Baron push.
Yeah, game's not over, but it is looking a little bit rough. Draft adaptation is an interesting question. I don't know what exactly I would do here. Maybe you ban the Ornn, because that was just such a problem for Andreas here in the top lane. Uwufi also having quite a good game on the Jarvan, able to get quite a lot done. And I think you also pointed out that a camp signature pick is this Zyra support.
Yep.
So I would target one of those three. Ornn, just because if Hollow's that good on the Ornn, he can get solo kills and scale. That is something you certainly want to deal with. Uwufi, because Jarvan just has so much playing potential. Ooh, excuse me. All those tangos are catching up. And then a camp, it does look like the Zyra has put a lot of pressure here, so that pocket pick might want to go bye-bye.
Absolutely. Rift Herald getting stopped up here a little bit. Got the minions doing their best to hold it back.
Yeah, and we are going to see a play being called out mid lane. The Beef Boys might not be safe, and Voltron's getting bonked. A little bit of a bounce house comp. Meanwhile, Green Dragon gets taken down there. So healthy. Double kill for Uwufi. Bullet time goes on the bot lane. Uwufi staying alive. Arimakama manages to find one, but has to run away. Turtle's coming. Galson finds one. Galson finds two. Galson finds an inhibitor, and Team Volatility find the game.
Are we going to get a Dancing Shelly here?
We might just get a Dancing Shelly. So yeah, LA Tech Varsity, good game one, solid game one. Let's see what the draft adaptations are. Shelly didn't charge there.
There it is. Oh, it was a really brief dance.
Yeah.
Inconsistent.
Shelly decided that she wanted to be part of the towers. Also, I'm not getting a victory screen.
I didn't either. I just closed out of the client there. Small indie dev here. They're working on some kinks.
Yeah. Small independent developer, Riot Games. That as you may have heard, their API broke. So, let's be patient with them. They've got a lot to figure out. You have another lobby. Get you as well.
Oh, I'm already in.
Oh, I see. How it is.
The perks of having an inside opportunity.
Inside
right?
connections, yeah. It looks like side selection is going to stay the same here. Thankfully for me, I don't need to change anything. I will get all of you who bet your schmeckles here in a second. I need a draft link. You ever have your hand, pivoted one thing over, and then you accidentally type something that would make sense because it's appropriately spaced, but you started one letter to the left or right?
And so there's the whole word. It just isn't even a word at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've probably done that about 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
Typing is the art.
I just accidentally typed pews instead of prediction. So it kind of was a word. Sort of.
It kind of was a word.
It kind of was a word. Yeah, congratulations on those 48,000 schmeckles, Quest Force.
I really should have bet the 80K like I said I was going to, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a risky gambler, I guess. It was only I think I bet 6.5K. So this game, we're gonna have to see.
Yeah, excited to see what the draft adaptations here are. Do they go for the Ornn? Do they go for the Ahri? What are we looking at? Are they going after their captain just DC?
Oh, he's back though. He's back.
We're back. We're good?
Well, we're good. I don't know if LA Tech Varsity is good. Well, it looks like they're gonna they're gonna get an order first and then get the draft rolling. I don't hate this call.
Yeah.
Not too bad here. I think you have to ban the Ornn. I think there's an argument to be made to ban the Zyra, but if you look at what was left or what they banned in the first three, it was Viego. There's a lot of risk there giving that over to a player like Luffy. It was the Aatrox. I don't think you can let that up. And so maybe the Zaya, maybe you can, build a comp to kind of deal with the Zaya. I think that would probably be the one that I would leave up if I am LA Tech. We'll see if they decided to make any adaptations though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll have to wait
Canon the
and
Zaya.
see here. Yeah. Zaya's going to be out of there. Renekton's going to be out of there. Emilio's going to be out of there. So far, this is pretty similar to game 1. Calling correctly.
Not anymore with the Zyra ban. We are going to see something get left up, and it's going to be the Aatrox. So the Viego is left up. Do they first pick it here though on the side of TVA?
Now, pardon my intrusion, but I do believe I've been hearing some whispers about Team Volatility and Viego's support.
Yeah. Well,
Is this a pocket pick for you guys or what?
I sure hope not. Trad had asked me to play as we got our first pick of Rel. He had asked me to play Viego in my next rank game, but I don't think he realized that I was in the support role for that game. I tried. My jungler said no. Me and Evdingus, it was just a topside canyon, right? Me and Evan were doing fine. Well, as fine as you can, I guess. As we see
Who's Evan?
Hecarim and his Ziggs. True. The Dingo Man.
Oh, Dingo Man and his 4 little helper boys. Got it.
Yes,
Okay, understood.
he may have had a rough second half of the game, but the Viego support. Hopefully, I never see it again. As we see the Samira Rel, that is kind of terrifying.
Are we sure this is Rel bot and not Rungle?
Knowing Uwufi, I don't think it's a Rel jungle, and I think it's actually the most played for a camp this season, despite me saying it's signature Zyra. So I'm inclined to guess. Well, and that that I guess confirms it. The Viego is left up. Uwufi's gonna pick it. I'm just gonna call it now. There's a solid chance that he goes Ignite and not Flash.
Ignite
On the
Smite?
Viego. Yeah, Ignite Smite.
You do Ignite Smite and then you go, what is it? The Nimbus Cloak that gives you move speed when you use a summoner?
I believe so.
Yeah, because then you kind of get a little bit of a ghost when you Ignite, which is really kind of OP. I know it was a whole thing that like Yi mains were doing for a while.
Yep. Alistar is a really good pick into Rel. That is a signature counter. Anytime Rel goes for her mounted W, you just hit the Q as Alistar, interrupt it, and then you just headbutt away. Very, very good pick from LA Tech. We don't know if the Ziggs is going mid or if it's going AD carry yet. You can kind of go either way.
It's a top Ziggs. Yeah.
Ooh, I did have a top Hecarim in a rank game last night. It was absolutely terrible. So I'm not.
Who was
gonna throw that out.
Didn't Huni try to play Hecarim top in the LCS?
That sounds like something Huni would have done. It was probably awful.
I think it was okay, but it was when Hecarim was like giga broken.
Oh.
We're gonna see some bans coming out here, second rotation. A couple of mid lane bans coming out here for Team Volatility. Is going to be the Lissandra in the Rumble this time. Previously was the Orianna, so that will be left on the table for. As will be the Ahri.
Yeah, a lot of control mage options open. Did pretty well in the Ahri last time, which was a blind. Is going to be Jinx, so they are going to save their top lane for counter pick. That does mean we know the Ziggs is probably mid. I would say like 92% certain that's going in the mid lane. And means that Hollow just going to go back on this Ornn that he did super well on in game 1.
Yeah. We'll have to see what the counter pick here is. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's going to be a Malphite game. As they did use R5 for the Cho'Gath that game, and they did not get too much value out of it. So it would be interesting to see something more along the lines of a direct counter. I'm not sure what counters Malphite, because when I think about top laners, I feel like to counter Malphite, you'd have to go something very non-traditional.
Yeah, Malphite's just super hard to beat. I mean, obviously, I have like the classic, Fiora can win that matchup. Something that goes like heavy AP can do well. But I mean, really, when it comes to Malphite, it's just hard to like straight up beat it. And especially, I wouldn't hate like a Gwen here looking at the comp for LA Tech.
Oh,
but
I know what you're picking to Malphite. I don't know if their top laner plays this. This was done to me in my very first game in the low budget LCS. You pick Sylas.
Oh, that is true. And
Oh,
they're actually just gonna go with the Ornn. Gonna see another another couple meaty meaty men in the top side.
yeah, two
And
mountains quite literally going to be bonking each other in the top lane here.
I'm all about it.
As I do actually, it will be interesting to see how this game goes. Woofy less agency on this Viego, but more potential for team fight, carrying the team fight in terms of yes. So we're gonna have to see if the Rel from Camp sort of make that up here. We are gonna get right into draft. We will go ahead and get us over there in client, and then get our prediction going.
I mean, this game is so like simple. I feel like on the side of Team TVA, you've got Reset City, you've got a Malphite, a Rel, a Samira, all looking to Wombo. Viego and Ari looking to get those resets. If they get one reset, it might look pretty bad for LA Tech. But on their side of the map, you've got super scaling from the Ziggs, from the Jinx, from the Hecarim, the Ornn gonna be able to provide those late game ornaments, and they also have a reset monster on the Jinx. So I actually really like both these comps, to be honest, and I can see either or working. So maybe I don't go 80k on TVA this time.
I mean, I think you gotta put your money where your mouth is.
All right.
But that's just me.
If I go for broke here and I lose it all, can I apply for a Schmeckle loan? Has that ever come up? Am I allowed to take out an interest-heavy loan with Buggleberry Finn?
You would have to ask the Schmeckle Bank. I know we've gone through a period of intense Schmeckle inflation, so we're looking to decrease the amount of Schmeckles. If you or a loved one has an idea of a way for people to spend their hard-earned Schmeckles, do let us know. We're always looking for ideas. But yeah, I think loans are pretty high interest rate right now.
I mean, if I really think about it, real dollars are worthless. Schmeckles are king in the low-budget LCS. So
Right.
if I could rock I'd go up to like 30% interest, I think. If it means I could make back the 80k that I'm about to lose.
Well, someone asked Buckleberry Finn what his interest rates are. In the meantime, we are going to see everything is stacking up right about where we expect. Low Robot Man coming in with a hot take. The Bulldogs are so late game, I don't think they take off.
I mean, it's possible. I think the Alistar has got a lot of pressure this game to allow the Jinx to scale up, keep the Samir or the Rel off of her. Ziggs is like acceptable. I think it's a pretty safe mid lane pig. It can do a lot of damage. I think just off the top of my head, Full Metal for Avalanche did really, really well on the Ziggs in week 1. It just sits back, it throws its bombs, farms. You might lose a little bit of the early objective pressure, but as long as you just don't give over kills in the same way, I feel a lot better about LA Tech's chances this time around.
Yeah, I like the combination. I like the Alistar and the Hecarim in particular. I think while, Ziggs, Jinx, Ornn obviously do go for the late game, we've seen that Ornn doesn't necessarily have to be played for late, and Hecarim Alistar can make quite some moves early, particularly if they roam and they look together. I think that would be great to see. So,
yeah, if Hecarim gets ahead early, there's not super great ways to shut him down, I feel like, on the side of TVA. I mean, obviously, Rel can CC him. Ari, if they hit the charm, but again, Hecarim's moving at Mach 5, so it's not easy to do. There isn't like a super reliable point and click. So I think there's a lot of pressure on Alistar and a lot of pressure on Hecarim to kind of make plays early and allow their scalers to kind of get to the point of the game that they need to get to for them to even the series here. First time chat from Penguin 2PS. Let's see. It depends how much pressure is put on the mid lane. If Viego get Ziggs flash early. Yeah, I mean, Viego, Uwufi was very active early on last game, went mid lane, level 2. It certainly isn't his wheelhouse. I wouldn't be surprised to see some early action come out from Uwufi on the Viego, even if it's not like quite as simple as the EQ on the Jarvan.
yeah, will be interesting to see here what happens. You are being a little bit shamed here. Laser Viking voting Team Volatility with 10k. There we go.
I didn't go all in because you couldn't give me a hard yes on if I could take a loan out, but I'll go about half my my total
Well,
valid
I don't
amount.
control the Schmeckel reserves, so I'm an
That's fair.
unbiased third party. I do have a moderate sized Schmeckel reserve of my own. So I could have maybe orchestrated a personal loan. 10 for my counting friend Popoba. Thanks,
Fair enough.
Sammy.
Speaking of Sammy, I'll ask you, who is your Schmeckel supplier? Because I know that you, with all these it takes 10, or it takes 10, or 2 to tango, I can't talk for 10, all these cash-ins you do, all the hunk alerts, you've got to have a supplier, right? Like, there's no way that you've, like, organically made this much in the Schmeckel market. So if you
Yeah,
could hit my DMs and let me know who is sliding you under the table, and then maybe I can, independently hit them up, I would greatly appreciate that.
Howdy and KFC. Just saying them out loud.
All right, well, that's like, I don't even know how to explain that. I mean, I have to play Howdy Chef later this season, so unfortunately, might not be making any Schmeckles in that series. Just kidding, they probably will. I've always historically had a hard time against that group of players. And then as far as KFC, they're on the other side, so they can win if they'd like. I do think Sammy is hacking the Vader use choke. I'm quite confident that these are not all organic Schmeckles being earned.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible. We may have to open up an official low budget LCS investigation into Schmeckel racketeering.
Another trip to court?
Yeah. I don't know. Listen, the LBLCS courtroom, we're paying rent on it behind the Denny's, and we're just not using it, you know? Like, we're keeping up all of those legal documents and Buggleberry Finn's judgeship, for what? Just in case there's a Schmeckel Gate too?
That's the struggle with leases. You're kind of just like locked into them, whether or not you're using the property. So, I mean, maybe this is like a small claims court situation, but it's probably still worth bringing in. Might want to get some representation, Sammy. Just my advice. You may be getting served here soon.
Yeah. May need to lawyer up there. Find a good representative you trust. That is going to be Smite Ignite Diego here for Iwuki, but he has not gone for the Nimbus Cloak as I have loaded into the game. I'm at 6 seconds as of right now. Oh, hang on, we're loading out of the game and back in. Are you at 15, 16, 17, 18?
I'm gonna pause at 25. You let me know when you get there.
23, 24, 25.
All right, I had to take 10. Sammy Two Slab was a little salty in the chat. Apparently, me questioning his Schmeckel intake.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Yeah,
and that's fair enough.
He's dropped, I think, 4K. That alone. Oh. Didn't see that. Andreas might be in trouble here. The entire team is available. W going to be the start from Iwuki. Andreas going to look to flash over the wall, but not quite going to happen. First blood is going to go over to GGG Turtle here on the Samira.
What's really important is that everybody on the team is pinging it out. It's really important to note that it doesn't matter how the Malphite flash was used. It was used to secure the first blood for the Samira. And that's what the record book is always going to show. So, yeah, about 47 flash pings coming through.
Fun fact, in case you have never taken the time to count, you ping something 6 times before you get timed out.
Oh, I know how this game goes.
So no flash will be available here for Hollow on the Malphite. We'll have to see if that impacts the aggressiveness of this top matchup at all. Samira has made her way to the bot lane. It kept going aggressive immediately. Samira going forward, looking to do damage. Not too much more going to happen there as they are level 180 carries.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. I mean, ideally you would have gotten that onto the Jinx, but Turtle was only able to hit Green Dragon after the fact, but should still be doing fine here. Has that Cull. They're probably okay with not having a super aggressive early game. despite playing the Smearrel, as Camp looking to just demount there.
Yeah, just throwing these glacial procs out there. We are to see some of this new lightning happening here in the top lane. Andreas making use of those brittle procs just as Hollow was in the previous matchup.
And
The jugglers might be up here. Neither has Smite available. So I wonder what's going to happen with that red buff. It looks like Viego has the inside track. Ziggs is moving, but is going to be matched there, and Ufi is just going to get that buff. The pressure of that Ignite in his pocket, just a little bit too much for Hecarim to contest.
Yeah, Ignite and the PTA, as Andreas going in, giving a bit of his own medicine.
Proc going to be down, but not too much more.
And look, Luffy's not done. He's just gonna do it on the other side of the map. Doesn't care about his own camps.
This man is looking to really do it to him. Thinking that he's going in. Ari can get first move. Rel can get first move. Lord Draplay, you're not safe. They can smell you. Diego's going to go over the wall now. Stun, not quite going to be counted. Ghost going to be utilized here, so Draplay maybe looking to fight. Does get additional attack damage on the Hecarim because of that move speed. Smite available for both these junglers now. But to see if Lord Draplay can get in the way. Uses the W going forward. Camp just going to miss it. Lord Draplay does manage to find the Smite, but Woofy is taking him down and now has the soul of a horse. Arcana looking to use damage. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Andreas finds Hollow quite low. But just some really good macro play there from TVA. Good call from Uwufi to go aggressive. And, I mean, that's the power of your Cheese Ignite.
That is the power of the Cheese Ignite. I mean, really just heads up from the bot lane to have the shove, able to get in there first. And Camp able to knock up Hecarim there. He didn't have the Ghost. Obviously doesn't have a Flash available. So early game Hecarim kind of just has to accept his fate at that point. Yeah, Uwufi kind of being a bit of a meanie in the early game. Trying to mentally tax Lord Draplay here.
Yeah. Maybe they saw that he doesn't actually play jungle and said, alright, we're going to go aggressive on this one. Regardless, good team play. And it all starts with that level 1, really. Part of the reason I think GGG Turtle and Camp were able to get the shove is because Samira got that first blood, had that extra longsword getting into lane, and so they just have that little smidge of extra pressure that pushes them over the edge.
And it's all thanks to that Malphite flash.
Yeah. Hollow really putting him on his back with that one.
Yep. Hecarim kind of giving a taste of what's been coming at him. Invading on the top side. Woofy trying to sneak in here.
Yeah, going forward, Camp's going to find the knockup. GGG Turtle's going to follow, but that's going to be a bonk and a boo. So much damage reduction here from the Green Dragon. That is exactly what this pick is good for. Now Arima Kama is actually looking for GGG Turtle, but a Camp's going to be able to find the stun. It may have been a fatal mistake going a little bit too far forward. A bonk up from Green Dragon, a bonk back into the turret. Now Woofy might be in a little bit of trouble as Ignite is going to be dropped there. Not too much more likely going to happen here unless we see a dive.
Just a little bit of a misplay there. Woofy going in for the W, but a Camp with his, I believe, the remount, like, took him just out of position on the Jinx. Probably would have been lethal. Unfortunately, they're not able to get the kill. They're able to pressure, crash the wave, and get off a solid reset. But meanwhile, Hecarim's been farming back up, kind of getting himself back in the game, which is what you want if you're playing Hecarim.
Right. Really, really good farming champion. Really good, just wherewithal to say, hey, you know what? We see the Viego bot lane. We're aware of that. I can invade his top side, take his camps. Happy all day.
Yeah, meanwhile, we actually haven't seen it quite enough, but look at this CS difference top side. It's a bit of a different situation than we saw game 1.
Yeah, it is the Ornn priority. Whichever team gets Ornn wins top lane. I feel like so many top laners play Ornn, maybe, that it's just like, I mean, it's just a generically good pick. I think it's usually quite strong. Viego going to invade on the opposite side of the map that Hecarim is on. Oh wait, not invade, sorry. My brain was so used to seeing the Viego Uwufi.
Yeah.
Still the hunk, by the way, I believe.
He is still the hunk. We have not had a new cash in.
Yeah, so we need to remember to slack that on in there. I was so used to seeing him in the enemy jungle that I thought the enemy jungle was his jungle.
And that's a fair assessment, right? He really hasn't spent, he hadn't spent any time of the game in his blue quadrant. You can see nothing too much here. Interesting play here from TVA. They're suspecting that that Hecarim was going to be on the top side going for his red, but instead this might just be a free dragon.
Yeah. Hecarim was able to figure out what's going on to start the Drake, but instead it looks like he might go for the chickens here, which is also a fair play.
This is a weird game. Both these junglers are just farming the opposite side, so it's not even really creating that crazy an advantage, or at least for TVA, because Hecarim is up quite a bit of farm at this point.
Yeah, 52 farm to 36, level 6 to level 5, so has that edge right now. The Onslaught of Shadow is quite a powerful ability. It would be interesting to see it perhaps get into the bot lane, particularly with Turtle alone while the Rel is roaming.
Yeah, Turtle's got to be careful.
Looks like we're just going to have a straight trade of objectives, though.
Yeah, I don't hate this for either side. I think it really comes down to what TVA can do with the Rift Herald. You know, if they're able to make a nice play in one of these side lanes and then get a lot of gold into their carries' pockets, as we're going to see some more slapping top side. But you can't go wrong with an early Cloud Drake. You know, kind of just get it out of the way, hope for one of the better souls to come through. Chemtech is on the table, unfortunately, so maybe not the best one.
Yeah. Maybe not, but, you know, there's still the option for an Infernal. There's still an option for
Mountain and Hextech.
I love
some really good ones.
Love
I do love a Mountain Drake. There's like 3 really good options, and then the Chemtech.
You know, listen, Chemtech ain't that bad. Chemtech would be good for Woofy.
True. It is just kind of like the what's the phrase, the ugly swan of the group, right? When you're faced up with such good options, is they're not done up here.
Lord Greyplay again is going to use the smite, but Onslaught of Shadow is going to need he's just able to get out of there, and that is ult and ignite traded for just ult.
Yep, technically a win there for Lord Greyplay. They're going to stop the base of the Rel, which is good.
Yeah, and Voltron playing a lot safer this game on the Zig. You know, he is down a chunk of farm. Credit to Galson for getting that that bonus up. But, you know, just chilling here on the Ziggs, not doing too much, and that's about what you want. You know, you have that semi-global pressure with the ultimate, so you just want to chill, farm, and when you can, you walk up, you W a turret, you leave.
Yeah, they just pop the Rift, only get the 1 plate, so not the craziest of values, but it is getting a little bit of gold into Galson's pockets. You're trying to really accelerate this Ahri, who, like you said, is already a good bit of farm up. Looks like they're up about 600 gold at the moment, so nothing too crazy. But they'll have to get a base off here soon. Malphite just gonna reset top. Doesn't look like we're getting anything too crazy at the moment.
Yeah, Samira does have that collector. You know, 2 kills in her pocket and about to cash on the call. So I think we do want to be looking around this bot lane for plays. Hector this year has Ghost, no ulti available for the next 10-15 seconds.
Yeah, gonna be tough to make anything happen there. This is the second game in a row that we've seen Turtle get a super early first item. I mean, I know this isn't a mythic this time around, but I think that's about like 10-minute first item completions in both games.
At 11 minutes.
I am as well, so we are perfect to filibust here. Take a quick look at chat. Oh,
and we're
back. We're back.
That's always the way these classes go. They bait you by being just long enough that you're like, all right, what's going on? Okay, and we're back into it. You know, in the future, we can just cut to the waffle cake.
This is true.
Cuisinart
Only for
brown
about
Belgian
6
double
seconds.
flip waffle cake. Yeah, but who doesn't want to see? Oh, now would be a great time for the waffle cam.
This is true. We're gonna have to come up with something though. We don't have the waffle cam yet. It's on the way, right?
Yeah, it's on the way. It's gonna get here on Friday. That's not how that works, Sammy.
Well, I don't know why. It may be allowed, right? I mean, has that ever come up? Giving a 10-second to someone who's not on the cast.
I don't know, but my drink.
There's no way to verify that they do it is the problem.
Yeah. We'll need a ruling on that one. You know, Sammy really putting himself in some legal hot water here.
Yeah.
Multiple times, Schmeckle racketeering, and unethical utilization of Takes-Two Tango. Okay, we are going to see it go forward. Lens can be utilized quite quickly there for Ariamakama, and now the Rockets are doing quite a good job. Green Dragon able to tank so much, and the Super Mega Death Rocket is going to find it. That's going to be a beautiful trade there in the bot lane. The Death Blossom is going forward. The gun goes out. GGG Turtle turns it around. Woofy going forward. Ultimate used to gap close. Ignite ticking down. A is going to be able to get that kill. Lord Dreplay comes in, though, and says, "You killed my bot lane. Prepare to die."
Super heads up. I mean, just what a play from Turtle. Does die there in the end, but I mean, they pick up the double kill with the flash in. We don't know if they had their flash up, or not their flash, their W. They could have maybe saved the camp if they did, but either way, they get the 2-for-1 in the initial fight, and it was stylish. I mean, there's no price on style points.
Again at 12:35. Aldron throwing a bomb at a minion.
Alright, I think with all these pauses, we might be out of sync. What time are you at currently?
41, 42, 43,
right.
44, 45.
I'm gonna pause at 55.
47, 48, 49, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Perfect.
You know, I've gotten a lot better at counting without the count, but it still physically hurts me, so I do...
It's almost like he taught you everything you know.
No flash forward, that's going to be a rail engage, so much damage. Charm going to be going up onto Voltron. Voltron able to flash out and W to safety.
Good play there from Boljon, able to get out with the flash. Ultimately, you'll take that trade if you're TVA, you know, the mid laner's flash for the supports. Hopefully, we see them come back.
Here comes a horsey. Nope, not going to go too aggressive. You know, are we going to get in trouble with any gambling regulators because we are technically betting on a horse race?
These are the hard-hitting questions that I don't think anyone's ever asked before. I think it's an ask for forgiveness, not for permission situation.
Oh, Super Mega Death Rocket goes wide there. Looks like it may find it for a moment, but that will be the first Drake in TVA's pocket, so not too much threat there. Andreas going forward here. We're going to see a little bit of a mountain fight up top.
And it is the Infernal Soul, so do have something exciting. They're looking on Bulge, and they want to get this charm off.
But Samira Infernal Soul sounds horrifying.
Absolutely. And this Viego as well. I mean, a lot of heavy damage dealers here in this game that Infernal Soul would be super good on. Looks like LA Tech should have the first read on the Rift Herald. He's actually going to look to go farm his Krugs, though.
Yeah, goes for the Kruggers. Doesn't want to make the call to go for Belly here. They're going to see a little bit of a bot lane engage. A good bonk up there from Green Dragon, but Ariamakama is going to take so much damage, and now the cow has to run away. But that cow don't take too much damage.
The cow does not take too much damage. Good traps there by Arima to save themselves. Fight up here in top.
Now we're going to see Ignite going to be used. Lord Braveplay taking so much damage. The Heartbreaker going to break down his defenses. And now Andreas is left alone. The reset's going to come through. Galson going to come through as well as Voltron looks to throw the bombs. One is going to be found back. But Ari going on. That's going to be the unstoppable mountain going forward. Andreas looking to be unstoppable themselves, but will get charmed up in the end. And it's just going to be a little bit of a mountain fight. The end of this, can Andreas get out? Flash forward, Hollow 3, Solays.
Yeah. No mana, so kind of had to do that to secure the kill. Goes pretty well for him, and it looks like they're going to take the Rift Herald as well. Just a faster, I guess, rotation by TVA. They're just in a better spot, able to completely take Hecarim out of the fight. And despite the Herculean effort by Andreas there, doing the orange special as the assassin, they couldn't quite get any more kills after the Viego.
Yeah, Woofy just sort of half-health Braveplay. The former Hunk, current Hunk is now GGG Turtle.
Oh, Jackie boy.
Jackie boy coming in the flesh. He actually has to do a blood sacrifice of some of his own blood whenever he wants to write in Twitch chat. That's why he says in the flesh.
Ooh, I see.
Yeah. There's some interesting characters here at the low budget LCS, you know? Jackie Boy, booth host extraordinaire, hitting us up in the chat.
Great show, I've heard.
Yeah, the talent they've got on there is top tier. Maybe someday I can get there, you know?
Oh, the X flash over.
Yep. Too much for that, you know? Ooh, I like that backstep from Hollow. Really, really good.
They're not done.
Yeah, we're just seeing a little
We'll be
bit of
watching
noodle
this for about
fighting
30
here.
seconds.
A little bit of big bump. Oh, we're going to see a lot of damage going here on the Alistar, but Lord Draplay coming in fast. A camp's going incredibly low. Onslaught of Shadows utilized, and now a camp is likely going to fall. Heartbreaker is utilized as Draplay goes incredibly low, but has a stopwatch. Can they get the Diego in time? Knock up, able to get it down, but Galson finds him on the back end. Meanwhile, GGG Turtle, the hunk, killing it on the other side. Now the mountain comes forward, and the tides have turned in favor of the Arcana.
It was a heads-up TP from Andreas. He was there first, but, I mean, this Amira is so strong. I mean, look at the 2 items plus the boots. I mean, Rel kind of got bursted out pretty quickly there, but it just didn't matter. Turtle relatively unfazed in that fight, using their sums, and then just the Malphite coming in with the TP after the fact. Very well played there from TVA.
Yeah, I mean, GGG Turtle just kind of winning the fight on the back end. Just doing so much damage. I think Vardy is saying that Less Force is a cutie patootie.
Also saying Papoba is a cutie patootie, so I think he's trying to, you know.
I guess we're just 2 peas in a pod. I have heard we look very similar.
I have also heard this from Extraordinaire Zelius, admin of the low budget LCS.
Well, Extraordinaire, don't get his ego up, okay? He's a
well,
Vex player.
It's already
right?
pretty high, right? Like,
yeah, how much more damage can be done?
Exactly.
Okay. A little bit of a Rammus ping there. God, I love Rammus. Okay, have I told you that oh, hang on, Lord Draplay coming up here. It might be a noodle fight, but he's brought an axe to it. They're gonna try to get Hollow down. Has a Brittle proc available. Boldrin, meanwhile, running in the mid lane, is gonna get found by the hunk.
Wait, how has it done so much damage to the Hecarim here? I feel like this was a win for Hollow.
Sunfire diff.
Yeah.
Hecarim just put himself in range of Sunfire. Oh, Turtle's coming up here. Hunk forced to run away, but the auto follows him across the map. Woo! And now the Herald will be dropped here. Now,
might be able to get this. Yep.
This is going to be a Shelly Merchant down top lane. It'll be quite difficult for the Bulldogs to handle here. But, no, I believe. I think they're scaling. They're just waiting for that extra gold value to come online from the orange. Andreas putting his heart and soul into defending this top turret.
Yeah, he's gonna have to walk it off. I mean, they are starting to get to that point with the levels. Orin needs, what, about 2 levels here before he can start upgrading his teammates. Hecarim coming close to that level 11 spike. Looks like the Spear of Shojin Rush. That seems interesting.
It's very good on Hecarim.
Is it?
Good. Yeah.
I imagine the item's pretty good. I just haven't seen it like the first item rush. But I guess there's like not a super perfect mythic on him, so I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, they're trying to also, like, the devs have stated that they're trying to push Hecarim away from, like, Duskblade. Like, they specifically don't want him to build Duskblade. So I think that was kind of nerfed on him. So it'll be interesting to see what he goes instead. Maybe something more like a fighter mythic. Lots of things coming out here. The forward into the back line. Jinx is almost immediately decimated. Andreas finds an Ornhorn that knocks up a Wookiee for a moment, but he finds the reset. The hunk comes in, and they are routed as the Heartbreaker pulls them across the mid lane. Arima Kama barely surviving that engage.
TVA Camp trying to get it. Well, guess he didn't want to get a kill on the board. They're just going to go to the Baron. Looks like they're only going to take 3. And Arima just going to just gonna execute. They could have gotten out, but obviously they have no way of knowing that. So really well played there from TVA again. Just really kind of showing the wallet dip at this point.
Yeah. Lord Droid play again, finding himself burning on Cape Apollo. Baron Nash are going to go down. Now they have a push to defend against. Now, lots of wave clear here on this team. Hecarim not a slouch at clearing the waves. Jinx and Ziggs both quite good at clearing the waves. So,
It's going to be hard to see. Another positive, that mid tower. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
Just that mid tower is at about 7 health for LA Tech, so they could try and get this objective bounty, try and get some goals in their pockets. I think with Ornn, like you gotta find a solo lane. You gotta try and like funnel that XP, and you try and get this Jinx online, get the Ziggs as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jinx looking to get that mythic. That's IE, right?
Yeah, I think so.
GGG Turtle's gonna get knocked up here. There are 3 people available. Does a lot of damage, but the reduction is there. Nope, Drake play gonna be the next one to fall. Bomb gonna go wide. GGG Turtle is pretty low, but Andreas cannot find it alone. Gonna go over the wall as death blossoms. Voltron. Okay, just for now. The Ornhorn will land, but Super Mega Death Rocket not going to be available. Rockets are coming through here. You've got to watch out for Uwupi. The shutdown goes over to Andreas, but Andreas is not long from this world. Meanwhile, Galson on the back end is looking for a Jinx, looking to take down that titular title character, the hit show Arcane.
I still got to go back and watch.
You still haven't seen Arcane?
I watched the first episode and I was just a little bored. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro,
I think it was in my lack of attention span arc. So maybe at this point, I might go back and give it a shot. Is Hecarim going in? Actually,
beautiful onslaught of shadows. Gonna find a little bit of damage. Gonna keep this alive for now. A bonk away, but a heartbreaker in the back line is gonna find the Jinx. Then the Hecarim's gonna fall, and it looks like it might just be game in favor of Team Volatility.
Yeah, they're gonna get the triple inhibs here. Might look for a reset. They do have the dragon coming up, so I don't know if they want to keep going. Andreas is gonna try and shove them off, but yeah, I really have to go back and finish Arcane, and at least give it another shot, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's very good in my opinion.
That's what everyone says.
Man.
At this point, I can't even remember like what happened in the first episode. I just remember there was like an explosion in the house.
Yeah,
that's like really all I can remember.
Yeah. Go back and watch Arcane. My team, we did a whole like watch party of it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Watched it together, so maybe you can pull some people into rewatching it with you.
Perhaps. I think Biob, as you guys calling us on cast, would be.
Yeah.
If anyone would, they'd be down.
Biob, who loved to hover some really, really great jungle champion. Really, really high-skilled jungle champion hovers.
Yeah, I've been thinking of adding the Warwick Volibear Trundle Vi into my arsenal.
Well, with the Vi buffs, I'm just saying she feels good.
I don't know about that. I feel like Vi was in the meta for too long. We need some new representation. Rek'Sai was only in for like a couple weeks. What's up with that?
Rek'Sai's been meta for like the last several months.
I don't feel like you see Rek'Sai anymore. There was that brief period as they're trying to take this top tower.
Andreas up on Yorn. Andreas finds a good knockup and is going to be able to use a call the board card to get a little bit of help. GGG Turtle goes incredibly low. He's going to be taken down by the Ornn, but the unstoppable momentum goes on here into the backline, and the reset is going to come through. Meanwhile, Green Dragon taking off the backline, using the damage reduction to its maximum. Arima Kama looking to send the damage over the top of the fight, but it's not quite going to be enough. There's too much threat. There's too much CC. There's too much team in Volatility. Okay. Maybe a little too much I in the team there.
Now that
Flash. Hey, it's Malphite Flash. It's back up.
Yep.
Dawson and Hollow left to try and finish up this base. Arima Kama looking to capitalize on the mistakes and keep them alive, but the Malphite is just a little bit too big. And that is going to be the series Team Volatility Arcane. I'm just going to call them Team Volatility Arcane until you watch Arcane.
Fair enough. I'm sure I'll be hearing from them. They will demand that I watch the entirety of the series sometime soon. We'll try. Maybe we'll say like Monday. I will sit down and give Arcane a second go around. I can't promise I'll get all the way through, but I will say I'll give it a shot just for
All right.
Pepova and the rest of the chat.
Now, we do have to get into my favorite new part of the low budget LCS, MVP voting. I'm going to nominate a couple people here. I'm going to put Woofy on the board. I'm going to put Mr. Hollow 3 on the board for his performance in Game 1. And I also think I'm going to put... let's see. Oh, gotta be GGG Turtle.
I mean, if we're looking for an LA Tech representative, I do think Arcana had some good moments. Obviously, only so much you can do, as the carry. But I do think they had some shining moments. I mean, I guess they did get gifted a kill or two that last game. But
yeah, let's put Lord Drake play on there as well.
As a jungler, I'm down.
Some great moves. Some good onslaughts from the Hecarim in that second game as well. So we're going to go ahead and start at this poll. You are allowed to use your Schmeckles to help rig the vote. Because, as we mentioned earlier, we need to reclaim more Schmeckles back into the Schmeckle reserves. The winner of this vote will be offered an on-air interview. Can't guarantee that they will accept. But yeah. We'll have to see what happens here in the next 3 minutes. So, recap in terms of what has happened standings-wise. Team Volatility Arcana take, I think, sole position of first place then with a 2-0. Because they would have more wins than Panther Corps Sentinels, who are the next place team. Yeah, looking to cement themselves as part of the top of this field. Would tie their overall scores with a team we saw on stream the other day, SNC Twempist Foime, who are sitting at 6-1 with a 3-0 series score.
Yeah, Group B is looking awfully interesting. Like none of the predictions we had coming in are playing out. Twempus Foime looking super tough. Stop, Drox, and Roll looking a lot better than I was perhaps expecting. I was unfamiliar with Buckle's game. I'm trying to see when the Sentinels and they play the Infinity Edgelords this week. So I'm trying to go back and see if they have had their match posted. I'm not seeing it in the match dates. So maybe it's still in the works. But yeah, this should give them sole possession of first place for now, as the vote seems to... I'm going to suspect that there's been some Schmeckles purchased or spent en route to this landslide victory, it appears, for GGG Turtle.
Yeah, I'm just going to... Unless there's some pretty significant changes here, I'm going to say GGG Turtle probably takes this one. GGG Turtle, you want to come on broadcast, we can start the interview, and then it would be quite entertaining if partway through the interview, you have to leave. So I'm just going to go ahead and kidnap for fun.
I thought about putting more Schmeckles on Hollow, but I realized that it was a losing effort, and I would just be throwing my Schmeckles into the Ether, right? So
yeah,
saving them for next time.
Just gonna ask before I drag him fully into on air.
Oh, wait a minute! They're actually, well, they're trying.
Oh, Hollow 3 coming back. Hollow 3 fighting for it. 71. Can we get 78? Hollow 3 has overtaken GGG Turtle.
Oh, somebody just spent so many Schmeckles.
Oh,
that went from like 30.
No, GGG Turtle. Well,
wait a minute.
GGG Turtle, you have just lost the MVP vote. Unfortunately, Hollow 3 has come and superseded you as the most valuable player. So I'm going to go ahead and let both of you say your piece. Let's keep it, civil between teammates. I'm sure that's possible. But I'm going to drag Hollow 3 into this voice call. Sorry for the introduction, sir. Congratulations on your victory. How are you feeling after those two games? And Hollow, congratulations on the MVP.
I mysteriously my jungler has no schmeckles left. Um, although I'm pretty sure it was Bear who voted most of those.
Well,
Um,
it's I see that GGG Turtle contributed 7,100 channel points, but it doesn't specify where
I
those
mean, he
went.
has
So
77 votes.
I have no idea. You know,
Uh,
someone took them out of my account.
Mm.
it was a good game though. I was on tank duty, which is unfortunate. I would have liked to have been able to play Aatrox or Gwen, on the stream, but I guess we'll leave those more mysterious still and keep winning with them.
Okay. How are you feeling game one after the 2 solo kills and the 1 assisted kill there on the Orange Assassin you whipped out?
I mean, like with Ornn, for me, I think Ornn's a safe pick in like any character because I just play how the matchup's supposed to be played, even if that means me going down 30. And in that game, he didn't play it properly, and so he died. So that's how I feel about it.
All right. Now, GGG Turtle, I do have to say, fantastic Samira game. How are you feeling after getting first blood? Was it pure confidence lanes over, or was it more of just like a slight edge?
You know, I'm gonna keep it real, okay? I'm not one for boosting the ego, unless you talk to a camp. But I am very confident in my Samira.
Okay.
I like playing Samira. So before that first blood, I was over the moon joyous about the win we were about to have.
I mean, speaking of that first blood, can we talk about the Malphite flash that secured first blood for you?
It was.
I think it was a fake out. Okay, we wanted to show the audience. How it could do without a flash. Okay.
For the record, I was trying to press S.
No.
But I mean, yeah, really, you don't need flash, to win. Is what we were trying to show here today. We
Hey,
were
Luke
talking about
showed it.
maybe all 5 of us should have flashed, but guess we just weren't about it. That's a lie, by the way. I just did it on accident.
Alrighty. Well, you guys are now, I believe, at the solid top of the standings in Group C. Who are you looking forward to playing? Obviously the match between you guys and Sentinels is going to be something to watch. Have you guys played Dreaded Dawn or Detroit versus Everybody yet?
No.
Yes, we played SNC.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
wait. That is that the Snack Bears that's in our group?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
think
they were our
so.
first match.
Yeah, they were our match 1, but we have not played Detroit versus Everybody.
Okay.
That was a good match. I went deathless in that one too.
MVP flexing his stuff a little bit.
Yeah,
All right. Well, anything you guys want to shout out? Coaches, vocal supporters in the chat. Go ahead. You got a little bit of airtime for yourselves.
Turtle, would you like to go first?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to my support, Mr. Camped. I couldn't be here without him. I found him playing some custom games in the LBLCS Discord, and I played Jin Jungle. And in quote, maybe this isn't exactly what Camp said, but it was love at first sight. Paraphrasing, obviously.
Shout out to the LBLCS in-houses.
Yeah, that too. If we ever do open houses again, or in-houses, open houses, whatever, please join. It's so fun.
Alrighty. Now, both of you, I have something very important. Obviously, you're part of Team Volatility, or Team Volatility, as I like to call them.
Sure.
And your boss is sitting in here with you, right?
Yeah.
Now, do you know what he told me on stream just now?
What are you saying?
That we couldn't lose?
He has not seen Arcane.
This is criminal.
Oh, yeah, we saw that.
This is criminal.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I'm down to watch it with you, Les Force.
Yeah, I will rewatch it 3 or 4 times.
It's really good.
All right, looks like we have to organize a viewing party of sorts.
Yeah.
Well, I think we have everything set up. If you want to go ahead and take us out, I'm going to put on a little bit of lo-fi jazz. Les Force, why don't you give us a Shakespearean monologue to transfer us back while I find somebody paid?
Well, it was the night before Friday, and team I can't even. I made it 5 words. No Shakespeare. I think that was Jack Frost or Robert Frost, whichever. Isn't that who says the night before? Let's see, another person at Arcane. No. I don't know.
Did Hollow? Did you have any shout outs?
Oh, that is true. We didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Camp. I mean, like, he's the support, and even on his signature pick, like, is not always going to get the MVP votes because even if he performs really well, it probably means Turtle is killing everyone. But he is the voice of our team, and he's the drafting of our team, and he is very good. And he's very consistent, and he deserves a shout out. Also, Bear, because I don't know, he always talks to me before the game, so he's watching, and I appreciate that.
Alrighty. Well, sorry to interrupt you there. Just wanted to make sure our MVP got their words in edgewise. We're going to go ahead and take you on over to one core yay.
Ooh.
But yeah, I hope everyone takes it easy. And thank you for joining us. Low budget LCS.
Thank you.